Right now, there is a transformative shift happening in the workplace. Many companies are moving from the traditional salary jobs to bonus-based pay for all employees. This pay program means employees would be paid monthly or quarterly bonuses based on hitting certain targets. According to a new survey by revenue management consulting firm Alexander Group, 28% of more than 300 companies said they were building incentive pay into new roles. This morning, we're joined by executive coach Liz Bentley to talk more about this new structure. So good to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming in. A lot of people are going to say, what? I mean, it's not necessarily new, but kind of surprising to talk about in a general sense.
Mary, this would be a very big shift for many people and many companies. Look, obviously for employers, it can be a benefit because during down markets and harder times, they have a little more flexibility and relief with payroll, which helps the company stay afloat and do well and keep everybody employed. But for the employers who are not used to incentive-based pays, people who are not in sales or in management positions, this could be very tough. People who have entered into IT or in HR or in marketing, where this is unusual, it would create a lot of stress and they'd have to have a major mind shift in it. Also, what I'd see is that if you're a small company making this change with younger employees who are newer to the workplace and not used to having something like this, it could be a lot easier, whereas larger companies that have had employees for a long time, used to a certain way of getting paid, it would be very difficult.
I mean, I think it might be a shock to the system, right, for so many employees. Many companies believe incentive-based pay can fuel greater productivity. Do you believe that's true?
So, interesting, studying people, incentive-based pay can be very good for productivity. Accountability with support not only helps people produce more, but also be happier. I also think that companies can be very creative with it. For starters, obviously, they're going to make incentives around results. And for many departments, they don't always know what the short-term goals are or the long-term goals. So it can be really good for them to know exactly what they're working towards and not just be busy when they go to work every day, but really try to move the needle. But also with the creativity, they can measure things like mindset. They can measure attitude. They can measure collaboration. They can measure workflow, productivity, and also really just looking at people and how they're doing overall and giving them that great support.
All right, Liz Bentley, thank you so much for joining us. It's really such an interesting topic. I think you're going to have a lot of employees going, what's going on? Appreciate it. You're streaming CBS News New York, and we'll be right back.